So now that I explained the basics of marketing, what I want to explain to you guys is with hot, cold, M, and PM, you need to go to every follower you have. It doesn't matter if they're in the same niche, if they're not. Every follower you have needs to get at least a DM because they already follow you. So there's a connection already built. And if you don't attack the connections, you're never gonna find out where it's really at, right? So the DM could be an offer, a collab, or value, meaning EDU, education, right? So, because some of the people that follow you are gonna be in your same industry and competing with you. So if you can share what's working for each other, that helps build that bond, so it's not just a ghost follower. If you can collab, then you're gonna get clients from each one. So one of the things we've done a lot of is collabing with other brands that are in Utah, but like that doesn't mean you guys can't. Yeah, but not even pump powder, like chiropractor. Like if you're in a service industry, try and collaborate with other services. Like reach out to a dentist and be like, yeah, so reach out to the local companies that are in the same category, but different business. Like, okay, and what's weird is collabs could work with coffee shops, they could work with a gym, they could work with teeth whitening, they could work with a massage therapist. And if you can build a list of people you collaborate with, it equals more leads. Because they're able to get leads from your clientele, you're able to get leads from their clientele, and you're able to actually grow together as a unit. Like with realtors, what realtors do is they get a trusted list of contractors. So they'll have a lender, they'll have an inspection guy, they'll have a plumber, they'll have a roofer, they'll have a framer, and they'll have this group of people. Yep. So whenever a service arises in the real estate business, they have someone they can refer. And by referring their client who's buying a house to these people, do you want to know what these people do in return? When they're working on someone's sink as a plumber and they hear that they're trying to buy a house or they're thinking about it, they refer the realtor. And it works as a big ecosystem, right? Because if you can use a group of people to build clients, you build faster. That's why in Savant barbershops, we have every barber market themselves on top of us marketing them, because 40 people marketing one place is better than one. That's why it's so important, is it creates an ecosystem where you're building clients off of what we're doing and we're building clients off of what you're doing, and it just grows exponentially faster. It's like compound interest, right? Your offer is to clients you don't know with a deal. If you don't offer a deal, why would they look? Right? So that could be a discount, that could be a free service, that could be a free product, that could be anything you can think of to sweeten the pie a little bit. And you want to know what you could also do to make it so the deal feels better? Instead of offering a free thing, offer two things, but one is free. Because that would work, but more like if you prepay for your first appointment, your second appointment will be free. If you pre-buy this pomade, you'll get a second one half
discounted price.
Because then instead of making $30 off one thing, you're making 15 off two. And that's like when I realized that, I was like, that's so stupid and simple, but it really is. Like, instead of giving a free thing, offer a free thing like this, right? So buy one haircut, get one free. What does that really mean? Buy two haircuts for 50%. And which one sounds better? Free, right? And when I found that out, I was able to really start diving into like, okay, so what type of offers can I do? Because back when I was cutting hair, I would do like free black masks all month. But then the next month, everybody still wanted the black mask. Yeah, so in 1 year, I did $20,000 worth of black masks.
That's crazy.
Right? Because, and ask, because they're not gonna ask, right? Because the deal is to create an upsell. So like if a walk-in comes in and they say, I want a haircut, you should say, do you want a beard? Not, and you shouldn't like make it weird, be like, well, are we gonna do your beard today? Because if they say yes, charge them. If they ask about the price, then bring up the price. And you're not trying to be sneaky, you're just like offering a service. Like when you go in to get an oil change, do you want your tires rotated? Yeah. If the price bothered you, you'd say, well, how much is that?
It's just like when you go get like your oil change and then like they come back and say, hey, you got this that needs to be fixed, or they're just pretty much upselling you too.
Right?
Same thing.
And the way you make more money in a barbershop or in the service industry is by upselling services. The way you make more money in a retail space is by upselling products. The way you make more money on a subscription is by offering a base subscription and explaining why they should get the better subscription, right? So it's all universal. Upsell more. And by upselling, you can educate more. The more you educate your client, the more they're gonna want. Because if you're just doing the cut, like they don't even know if they want more. If you're just selling a soda, they don't know that like they could get a 12-pack for cheaper, right? Because you're giving them what they want. But like, be like, are you sure you want this or do you want this? And let me educate you why, okay? So, that narrows down followers and what you should do with them. The next thing you need to do is consumer versus creator, right? So you'll start to understand the difference between a consumer on a social media and a creator is if you're the type of person that's always looking at social media and watching it, you're a consumer. You're not creating, you're not using it to make money, you're using it as entertainment. So these people want entertainment or education or to purchase, right? The only time these group acts like this group is for research. So you should be researching what's working in the barbering niche or in the retail niche or whatever niche you're in, and you should be checking the creators that are like you to understand what they're doing over here to equal a result, right? Because these two equal this. It's never just entertain or education. There's always this. And the way it was described to me is jab, jab, right hook. So that's Gary Vaynerchuk's like philosophy on it. So these are your jabs, entertainment or education are your jabs. And you want to jab more than you hook, right? Because if you're just throwing haymakers all day, you're going to get tired. And so are the people watching, right? And then they're just going to be like, all he's doing is trying to get me to purchase. Creators, if creators follow you, it means you're doing something right, right? And creators are harder to sell to because they're trying to do this process so they understand what you're doing. The thing you can do with creators is you can collab, you can, what are those codes? Those codes? When ambassador, you can make them an ambassador. I'm gonna spell this wrong, so I'm just gonna do that. And then you can also sell them what they're not good at, right? So for me, with my education, I'm going after this because I'm trying to give creators a better way to hit consumers and build followers. For you guys, you need to become creators who can get consumers and grow followers. And then once you complete getting consumers, I would love to teach you how to build your own course to create a good sales funnel for creators to learn how you do it too. And then ghosts are people who aren't gonna support you and you just need to unfollow them. Because these people are just watching you, not interacting with your page, not being a part of your community, not helping you grow. They're literally just being nosy and letting you show them if you're failing or if you're winning. And I have a philosophy like, let them watch the sugar show, right? Don't over worry about these, but if you notice someone who's always watching your shit and they're never interacting in anything you do, they're already hurting your insights. Because all these platforms rely on interaction. So if this person's not giving you interaction, fuck them. Okay?